Bing Show. My name is Jack Bingham. Welcome back. I am joined by one of my closest friends. His name is Ben Ward, and a very devout Eagles fan. And so we're going to jump right into it. My man, Ben, 100 Ward, the streets with Paya. Ben Ward, welcome back to the Bada Bing Show. How are you, my friend?
Man, I'm excellent. I've never felt better about the Eagles losing on a Sunday night in primetime than I did last night. So I'm ready to go, ready to groove it.
No secondhand embarrassment or anything? Talk to me about that. How was that? Like, the reaction of this game is ridiculous, right?
The theater is fantastic. I mean, no other place would you get an organization doing best by what they need to do, prior number one, and then everyone, it's this false outrage. Like, are we not on the Jets for trying to lose forever? Are we not on, since when for tank for Tua, tank for Trevor? When is that not okay?
All right, so tell me, what happened? What are we reacting to? What happened to the Eagles? They're playing the Washington football team, Sunday Night Football.
Sure, yeah. I mean, they're playing a not great team, but they're a terrible team. They put in Nate Sudfeld, which it sounds like a punchline in and of itself to pull Jalen Hurts and whatever. But poor Nate, goes in there. That was the plan all along. If you listen to Doug Peterson earlier in the week, he said he was going to play Nate Sudfeld for a quarter. He wanted to get him some reps. Got him some reps. People think that they were tanking. Perhaps they were. Number 6 overall pick is fine in my book when you stink and miss the playoffs and you are screwed top to bottom regardless. So
a lot of this reaction is oh, it's a disgrace to the game. Like, you can't do this. You're obviously tanking and trying to get yada yada spot. I mean, to be honest with you, bro, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck.
Oh.
If you're on national television, and I think the inherent thing is as a competitor, you want to win. So it is to the people saying the integrity of the game, Max Kellerman, you're my enemy,
Giants fan.
Big Giant fan, big,
point that out.
Yeah. So, and all these things that are kind of rotating around it, that are judgment of the game and blah, blah, blah. And it's dude, be honest with me, a year from now, are we going to give an absolute shit at all that this happened?
If you want to say they tanked, fine. Jalen Hurts also, at the point of his polling, had 7 completions and had passed for 70 yards. So I also don't want to hear the argument that they were they're not pulling Joe Montana. You know what I'm saying? He was bad.
Yeah.
So you want to talk about integrity, you want to talk about these other things. Okay, I guess, but also, what do the Eagles owe the Giants? The Eagles aren't playing that game to so the Giants can go to the playoffs. No one gives a shit about maybe if should Washington be glad handing them and shaking their hands and say thank you for our trip to the playoffs, the promised land. No, that not that either. But the Giants were not even in their mindset. I'm sure. Doug Peterson is not losing that game if he's trying to lose it to spite the Giants. Get out of here with your fucking 6-10 bullshit. Win more than 6 games and then talk to me about missing the playoffs.
So,
I don't want to hear it.
It very much feels like the rest of the NFL is calling the kettle black for hey, if you were given this situation, would you hate the outcome?
100%.
As an Eagles fan,
you look at the Jets game with the Hail Mary against the Raiders, right? They fire their defensive coordinator after the game because they sent a zero protect all in blitz on the last play of the game when all they needed to do was tackle him in front of the goal line. And everyone's oh, well, it's defensible in this way. No, fuck that. The Jets were trying to lose that game and they lost that game. And then they won 2 weeks later. Actually, that fucked me on a parlay because I fucking bet, who did they lose to? They lost they beat the Browns or something. I don't know, whatever. I lost some money. but it's not integrity when it's comical and it's the point of the tank. But now it's integrity because the team that you're rooting for, Max Kellerman, Justin Tuck, Saquon Barkley, all these things, because your team didn't make the playoffs. You want to make the playoffs, win games.